Hello. Last week it was announced that following a public consultation, council tax will rise to support the policing budget in Thames Valley. I'd like to thank all members of the public who showed their support for policing by voting in a positive way. 70% of those who responded to the Police and Crime Commissioner's consultation were in favour of the £24 increase in council tax for a Band D house. I have said before that without this additional investment we would have faced further cuts, and it would have been really difficult to be able to continue to provide the policing services that we want to and our communities expect. We have worked closely and also with the Police and Crime Commissioner to look at where that investment needs to go, and I hope that you would agree that it goes in those areas that many of you have highlighted. Whether it's our ability to answer our 101 calls, we'll be investing more money in there so we can recruit additional call takers, but also in terms of our frontline services, we'll have more people out on patrol, but also we'll have more people who are doing investigations, whether at a local level or on some of the more serious and complex where we have seen significant rises in some of those cases. But also we'll be looking at our digital development and how we can work more effectively by making better use of technology. But I can assure you that at the same time we are still making sure that we provide value for money. We've got a long history of doing that work, and we will still have budgetary pressures moving forward into the future. So we will continue to look at how we use taxpayers' money in the most effective way, because I do absolutely recognise the impact that this will have on individuals who pay council tax, that any increase is unwelcome, but equally it's important that we have a police service that is able to protect our communities in an effective way. We've also talked quite a lot about inappropriate use of our call centres. Around 80% of the 999 calls each year do not require an immediate police response. These inappropriate calls do delay us from answering genuine emergency calls. These calls range from crimes that have taken place early in the day, so clearly don't require an emergency response, or issues that are handled by partner agencies, and sometimes it's callers who've grown tired of waiting and frustrated and they use the 101 system. I recognise that we need to improve our 101 system, but every time you do that, it does have an impact on our ability to deal with genuine emergencies. So please think before you dial. Unless a life is in danger or a crime is in progress, you should contact us on our non-emergency number 101, or you can go online where you'll see an increasing numbers of services that are available through our website. So this month has seen the culmination of 3 court cases that have understandably attracted a great deal of media and public interest. Firstly, Charlie and John Ward have been sentenced to a minimum of 22 years for murder and 9 years for manslaughter respectively of Jason Gardner at the Earl of Cornwall pub in Slough last year, after stabbing him multiple times. The final trial in connection with the murder of 18-year-old Y.S. Day, who was stabbed and killed in Slough in 2015, was also concluded. Davan Francis, who fled to the Caribbean to avoid arrest following the killing, was convicted of manslaughter and sentenced to 16 years imprisonment. At 2 previous trials, 2 further defendants were convicted of manslaughter, another defendant was convicted of murder, and a final defendant was convicted of perverting the course of justice. Finally, 18-year-old Oliver Welsby was sentenced to an extended prison sentence of 8 years plus a further 5 years on licence after he pleaded guilty to wounding with intent to cause grievous bodily harm. The victim, a woman in her 50s, was randomly attacked by Welsby in Box Hill Park, Abingdon last July. He stabbed her in the stomach after approaching her from behind. In addition to a large-scale police operation, there was significant help from members of the public in Abingdon that assisted in the investigation and brought Welsby to justice. These cases continue to show that we will pursue those who attempt to evade justice, and Thames Valley Police, with the support of the public, will not tolerate these senseless acts of violence in our communities. Finally, I want to encourage you to take part in the Thames Valley Community Policing Awards that are now open for nominations. These awards are now in their 18th year and provide an opportunity to recognise and nominate the work of officers, staff and volunteers who've made the greatest contribution to their community over the past year. There are a number of categories which people can now nominate for, including Community Police Officer, PCSO, Special Constable, Volunteer of the Year and Cadet of the Year, and we've had 200 nominations so far. Nominations can be made through the Thames Valley Police website and are open until Monday the 25th of February. So please do nominate and take part and recognise the work of your neighbourhood teams. Thank you.